Welcome back. Today's historic brawl deck is based around the card Astarion the Decadent, and this is a very, very good commander because it revolves around the theme life and death. So essentially, at the beginning of our end step, we choose one. We can either choose feed, so target opponent loses life equal to the amount of life they lost this turn. So we're going to be running a lot of cards that deal a lot of damage, such as Torment of Hellfire, and then its second ability, which is Friends, you can gain life equal to the amount of life you gain this turn. Obviously, we're going to be running a bunch of cards that are going to allow us to gain a lot of life, such as Soul Warden, and a lot of cards that just kind of go around that archetype. A really annoying card and possibly a game winner is Revival. If we have Astarion out there with the Revenge, we can use it to make them lose half of their life, and then with Astarion we can choose the feed and make them lose the rest of their life, which is really, really fun. So without further ado, let's just get right onto the games. Game 1, our hand is looking alright. We have the Fabled Passage, so that's really our black land in our hand for our Cruel Celebrant and our Marauding Blight Priest. It looks like we're going against Atraxa, which I've already made a video about, so you should go check that out. It was the last video before this, and it's a very fun deck. So we're going to go Fabled Passage Swamp since we don't have it yet, and it's just to be safe and sorry. So we're going to do Cruel Celebrant. We do get the Swamp here, that's alright. We're going to do Heliod, and we're going to swing in for 1-2. He has 3 lands now and does nothing, which is a little scary, especially in Atraxa. And we're going to plus Sorin, so we're going to gain a life and deal him a damage, and we're going to make our Cruel Celebrant a 3-4. And Thalia, the Get-Rog monster. That's such a annoying commander, or just an annoying card in general. It's a really fun commander. I think I'm going to build a deck around that. But anyways, we can't really swing in because it has First Strike, Death Touch. That's super annoying. And we do... Wait, we have the combo in our hand. We have the Marauding Blight Priest and the Exquisite Blood. So we should be able to win next turn if he doesn't destroy our Exquisite Blood. We're just going to be able to win with the Marauding Blight Priest, and as long as we deal 1 damage to him, we can just start winning from there. So we're going to do that, and he just scoops. Okay, game 2, our hand is looking alright. The Trellis Sara is a little scary because I know this deck can gain a lot of life, and that will be kind of a hassle for us to deal with because we like gaining a lot of life too, but we can also deal him quite a bit of damage. So we're going to play the Mind Stone right here, just try and get our commander out as quickly as possible. That's why we're running so many mana rocks, and let's see what he ends up doing. He's probably going to play his commander here because he has the Impassioned Orator to allow him to gain a life. He plays a Plains, which is fair. And let's see what comes out. Hopefully it's not a Heliod, because if a Heliod comes out, that's going to be an issue. We also have the Azor's Gateway, which turns into a Sanctum, which is really good because it basically gives us infinite mana with the amount of life that we'll have. We'll put the Ajani's Pridemate and the Gateway out there to turn into the Sanctum of the Sun, which is really fun because it allows us to gain a bunch of mana, and he gets rid of it. That's really annoying. So he swings with a 3-3. Crested Sunmare is coming out. We can allow to hopefully gain some life every turn. Next turn, I think Gray is going to come out. Or, yeah, Gray is going to come out unless we get something that allows us to gain a lot more life than what Gray offers, or something even better than that. He passes, and there's that. We're going to do Astarion, actually, because Astarion's just the better play here. And we don't get any triggers, sadly, since we didn't gain any life. So next turn, we probably will do Gray, so we can get a Crested Sunmare trigger to get a 5/5 horse that has Indestructible. And that is a problem. The Trellis Sara is going to allow him to gain a bunch of advantage because it's going to get huge and it has flying. And we don't have very many flyers in this deck. So we're going to do the Astarion. We're going to make him lose some life because we already gained some life for the Crested Sunmare trigger. And there's Gargaroth. That's going to be annoying. So we don't have a lot of turns left because he has a huge flyer out there, but we can hopefully get something that can remove it. If not, we might not be looking good for this game. It's taking him forever to do anything. That's kind of surprising, and he passes on that. I think we'll Mind Stone draw here. We're going to get a Bantu's Monument, which isn't amazing, but it's something. So put it out there so all of our black creature spells cost cheaper. Get an Astarion, we're going to gain an extra life because that's all we did that turn. And there's Scoot Swarm. That's going to be also annoying. So we have 2 turns remaining. Well, 1 turn after this, actually. Elder Gargaroth is going to make a 3/3 beast. That's alright. We're going to double block the Gargaroth with Astarion and the 1 Crested Sunmare horse, I guess. And Johnny's Primate's going to trigger it since we gained some life. So we're alive another turn unless he gains a life. And I think we are going to just pass the turn there. We're going to gain some life off of Daxos. So hopefully we're insured for another turn. We are. He only gets it up to a 9/9, so he swings with that. We're at 2 life. I think next turn if we play Astarion and swing in with everything, I think we might be able to win based on the damage that we're going to do. Here's Astarion. It costs a little less. We do another damage. We're going to swing in with everything, even the Nyx Fleet's Ram, which I kind of find funny. And Let's see what he does here. He does nothing. He takes, I think, 20 damage. Yep, and that's game for him. Alright, game 3. Our hand is looking pretty good with the Speaker of Heavens, but I'm not sure if we're going to keep it because of Heraldic Monument and Bantu's Monument as well. This is going to be interesting, though. If we get one more land, we are set. So I think we're going to keep it here. We're going against Yarok the Desecrated, so it's a bunch of ETBs, which is really annoying. It's very similar to a track. So there's Fairy Seer. He gets to scry a couple of cards. That's okay. And next turn, we're definitely playing the Speaker of the Heavens unless we get something like a Soul Warden. And let's see what we're going to get. Oh, he plays a Mox Amber as well. That's kind of strange. He doesn't have any legendary creatures, and hopefully he doesn't get any. He swings with a 1/1. That's alright. We're going to get the Elas El Core. That's very good for us because we can gain a bunch of life off of it. And Cloudkin Seer is going to come out. He gets a draw, and he swings in for another 1/1. The flyers are going to be annoying. We're going to do Heraldic Banner targeting white. I think that's the right play. I probably could have done black for the Torment of Hellfire, just have another black mana, but we do have 2 anyways off of the Shattered Sanctum. And we get the... I think the Corpse Knight may be the better play than the Daxos, so we can get quite a few triggers off of it. And now all of our stuff is boosted because all of our stuff is white. And let's see what he's going to do here. Yarok is a little scary. It's taking him a little bit to decide what he's going to do because we do have quite a presence, but not enough to where he should be threatened. Swings in with a total of 3. I think we'll do Bantu's Monument here, and then next turn possibly Hellfire. If we get a land, we're probably going to do Hellfire. Or we might just do our Commander because we can play that now. Elderfang Disciple, we're going to discard the War Leader because we don't need it anymore. And Hellfire is just a little bit better. And there's Astarion. That's the definite better play. Next turn, we're going to do the Torment of Hellfire to make him just lose a bunch of life or make him get rid of a lot of the things that he has. Yarok is probably going to come out right now because he wants double ETBs or not. I guess he gets 4 mana. There's Yarok. Okay, that makes sense. And let's see what he's going to play after that. He has 5 mana total because of the Mox Amber, so we can play basically anything that he wants in this hand because I know a lot of the stuff in Yarok is quite cheap. There's a Specialist, a Moonsnare one, so it bounces 2 of our things because it gets double ETBs. That's really annoying. I think we'll do Hailfire now. We're going to do it for 4. So he has to either take 12 life, which will kill him because of Astarion, which he's going to have to discard, sack, or just take 3 life. Let's see what he's going to choose for all of them. He's going to discard 1, the Burglar Rat. He sacks his Elderfang Disciple, and he takes another 3. That's okay, and he probably is going to sack... Yep, there's the Mox Amber. Going to do the Astarion. We're going to make him take another 3 damage because we didn't get any life that turn, but we made him take some damage. Vampire Spawn, he gained some life back. We're down to 11. That's not looking great for us. We're going to do Corpse Knight. We're going to get a lot of life off of these, and we're going to also do the Astarion for the life, so we're back up to 23, so we're alive, and he scoops. Alright, game 4. Our hand is looking really nice. We do have the black with the Cold Steel Heart, as long as he doesn't kill it. With Alunda, that might be a really large possibility. Here's Cold Steel targeting black. We have the Authority, so anything that is kind of a big threat, and that's going to be kind of annoying, because he's going to be able to get a lot of life off of that. Alenda is going to be a little scary because it can get a lot of advantage and it kills everything as speaking as such, and we get a Blood Artist out here. That's very good for us, so as long as he doesn't kill it immediately, we can start making him take a little bit more damage than he probably wants to because his entire deck is based off of killing things. Voice of the Blessed is coming out there. He's probably going to kill that because that with Heliod, it's very annoying, and he's targeting it quite a bit, so I'm assuming that he's going to do so. Play Crafter, so we have to sacrifice one of them, and I think we'll sacrifice the Voice of the Blessed because we have to plus it. Or I guess we'll do the Blood Artist here because the voice is better, but he does have double Play Crafter triggers, so it just makes us sack it anyway, so that's okay. And it doesn't have protection from sacrifice. It didn't even have protection from anything because it didn't have 10 counters on it. We do the Blight Priest here and then the Vran so we can gain some life and deal him some damage if he kills any of our stuff. It's basically Blood Artist Light. It's not as good, but it's still pretty nice. Let's see what he's going to do though, because Alenda is pretty big. And now that's going to be annoying. I think we're just going to take the 5 damage. He's going to gain 5 life off of it. And he's going to deal us a couple of poison counters. And he's going to sack it. Okay, so we get a bunch of authority triggers, so all of our stuff's going to be huge off of Heliod because he made 5 1/1 zombies, or 1/1 vampire soldiers, I believe is what they are. Gets a Lenda back, and now I think he didn't plan for them to enter tapped. I think next turn, if we get a land, we're going to play the Astarion. If not, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do. He gets a Diabolic Intent, which is just a free tutor for him in this deck. And there's a loss. We're going to do the Colossal Core, and then we're going to do Heliod on the 6/5. We're going to deal him 11 damage total, gain 6 of it back. We're going to put a +1/+1 on a Lass. And let's see what he got. A Broodmoth? Okay. That might have not what he got off of the Diabolic Intent. Drag to the Underworld makes sense if he got that. And Heliod's going to trigger again. We deal some damage off of Ran. That's how we got the triggers in the first place. And here's Astarion. That's going to be really fun for us because the Broodmoth is annoying, but I think we might be able to just to get around it because, I mean, he's going to be able to get his commander back, and he scoops right there. Good for us. Game 5, final game. I was thinking about scooping it, or just not scooping, but mulliganing, because our hand isn't looking great, but with the Bantu's Monument and the Heraldic Banner and the Skyclave Relic, we can do some shenanigans, as well as the Soul Warden's going to be able to allow us to get a little bit of advantage against Geruda. This is not going to be fun. It's all going to be about copying so you can get all of our stuff and his stuff from the graveyard back to the battlefield with milling or blinking. It's not going to be super great for us. And he's taken a little bit. Okay, there we go. We're going to get a Soul Warden. And let's see what he plays. A Shipwreck Marsh. Okay. We're going to get the Speaker of the Heavens out there, gain a life. We're going to swing in for 1, I guess. He doesn't have anything. And even if he does anything, he just will kill it anyways because Soul Warden's pretty powerful. Authority's going to come out there. We're going to gain a little bit more. Hopefully we can get the Speaker of the Heavens trigger going. Agonizing Remorse. He's probably going to get rid of our Light of Promise or our Bantu's Monument because that makes everything cheaper. There's our Light of Promise going. We didn't get a land. So this is looking potentially risky for us. There's an idol, so that should be alright. So we can get our banner or relic or anything that we need next turn. Or never mind. Quench deals with that very well. Alright, so he gets Geruda out there, and we do get a couple of triggers. He gets nothing from us and nothing from his. That's really nice for us. Heraldic Banner's going to come out. We're going to choose white, and we're going to swing in with a total of 4. We're going to activate Speaker's ability, so we have a 5/4 now. Let's see what he's going to play, though. Oh, that's really annoying. Lodestone Golem's just going to make everything go down really quickly because our deck is based off of getting a lot of mana out there. And yes, most of it's artifacts, but just having that one turn too late, that's going to be just super duper annoying for us. We're going to get the Skyclave Relic not kicked, and I guess we'll swing in for a total of 4, but he does have the Blink Moth. I don't know if we should. I think we will anyways. Why not? He's probably going to Blink Moth. There it is. He's going to get rid of probably our Speaker because that's a really good mana output for us anyways. And there's the Monolith, or the Manolith actually, because it gets him more mana. And okay, this is looking kind of scary for us. I think we do the Indulging Patrician because it's a flyer and we can make him take a bunch of damage, or not, because that just deals with that, because blue players are blue players. They counter everything that they see. Okay, so we are going to take a lot of damage. Thankfully we gained quite a bit of life before this, so we can have a little bit of a stepping ground, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Okay, we're going to do the Bantu's Monument here because that's just a better play, and then the Cruel Celebrant, so even if he does start killing all of our stuff, hopefully he doesn't counter this. We can get some Cruel Celebrant triggers. He does not counter, thank goodness. Soul Warden triggers, we're going to gain another life. We're going to swing in for a total of 2. I'm going to check it and see if he has any more Blink Moth Nexus cards, which I don't think there is any on Arena. There might be. Mox Amber's coming out, so he just has a bunch of mana, but he does not do anything with it. So we're going to get Astarion out here. We're going to deal him another damage off of Bantu's Monument, and we're probably going to do the same thing with Astarion, deal him some more damage. We also could gain some life, but I think we're going to wait for that with the Pride Mate, because the Pride Mate will allow us to gain a lot of life, or it'll get a lot of triggers from us gaining a lot of life. He's down to 7. So we have kill range. I think we're going to do the Astarion Death, or he's going to bounce it. I think he knew that was going to happen. We're going to get some more life triggers anyways off of him playing the Brazen Borrower. Gets a Chromatic Sphere, he gets a draw card and get a mana, that's okay. And he swings in with a 6/6 and a 5/3. I think we're just going to take it. We're going to go down to 22 life because it's 11 total right now, in case he has anything that flashes in, which he does not. And there's an Aerialist. That's amazing. So it's Pridemate with wings, and it's also a 2/3, so it has quite a nice, it's really nice out there. And we're going to do the Pridemate as well because it can get really big with the amount of life that we're going to gain. I don't know why I pressed full control there. We don't need to have full control over anything because we're not playing blue, unlike him. Soul Warden is going to get another trigger, and now we're making him sweat a little bit because I think he wasted his Brazen Borrower on our Astarion. I mean, yes, he would have taken quite a bit of damage. As long as he swings in with both the Lodestone Golem and the Garuda, if we get Astarion out there next turn, we win the game because of the amount of damage that we'll deal. And as long as we deal 3 damage and he doesn't gain any life, we win the game right there. So he plays a Raise the Draugr, he gets a Mirror Image, so he gets another Garuda. He decides to keep the token, which is fine because he puts his commander back in his hand. He gets to mill, and there's no targets from us, but there is a couple of targets for him. Okay, so he's going to do the Prized Amalgam. That's alright. And he gets to put it back out there. We gain a bunch of life off of it. And here's Astarion. So we swing in with everything, I think, and then Astarion for game, because that'll just be perfectly game because of Astarion. Well, not perfectly, it'll be a little bit over. He's going to go down to -2, and we win right there. So overall, this deck was really, really fun to play with. I mean, the Astarion as the commander is just a really fun mechanic, and as long as we back it up with a bunch of cards so we can get it out there very quickly, it's just a very, very fun card to play with. And I wish we could have seen the Revival and Revenge combo, because with that and Astarion out there, we could have just won the game, and that would have been really, really fun. So overall, it was just a very, very fun deck to play. I would highly recommend this deck if you were going to build something based around life and death. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. At the time of recording, we are at 397 subscribers, and it would be super awesome if we reached 400. Thank you for watching.